Hi, everyone, and welcome. This is Alex here of Advice by Alex. I want to thank you very much for stopping by and giving me a listen to. And if you like this channel, I ask that you hit the subscribe button and the like button with all the little bell for all the notifications of when I go live. And of course, whenever I upload a new video. And hopefully, you are doing absolutely fantastic and that you are having an absolutely fantastic start to the week this week and everything like that. If you can believe that today is Monday, September 15th, 2025. I am in shock that it is um, already halfway through the month of September. And we are going to be going into the fall season because fall hasn't officially started yet here in the States. It's just where we had a false start to the fall. And then we went back into summer again, as it usually does, and everything like that. So, but anyway, that's just the kind of like the 411 there and everything like that. But hopefully, everybody is doing absolutely fantastic. I wanted to do this yesterday, but I needed more of a rest day for myself. So that way I can be able to just kind of relax going into a week as well. So this week is going to be a little different because I'm going home this weekend to Cleveland for a family wedding. So I will be going home for a family wedding as well. So, which is interesting this year, I have two weddings, one in September and one at the beginning of October, both family weddings. So, everybody decided to have their weddings around the same time, which for me, I feel like if I ever got married, it would be the fall. I feel like definitely like more October time frame would be very much ideal for me. October, November. So either one of those would work for myself and everything like that. But hopefully everybody is doing absolutely fantastic and that you're having an absolutely wonderful start to the week and that you had a good weekend as well. So you know what time it is as well. We are going to be doing the weekly angelic messages for the week of September 15th. 2025 to the 21st. So the 15th through the 21st as well. So hopefully it is all good with everybody and everything like that. So yeah. So that is kind of the 411 there and everything like that. So, but yes. So but if you have not gotten I just wanted to make an announcement, a little bit of announcements before we start, which is basically if you have not checked out the special for the month of September, which is just the chakra reading. So it is basically where I go through your chakras. I give messages about the chakras and what you need to work on with specific chakras. And I pull a few cards as well for any specific messages that will be coming to you at that time. And then, of course, that special of the month of September goes all the way to the end of September. And that is where the special is $20. So if you would like that, I will leave my information in the box below. So that way you can get a hold of me. You can also email me at Alex, T as in Tom, Artman21 at yahoo.com. Just put the podcast special in the subject line so that way I know what it is as well. And speaking of the podcast, I have not done the podcast yet this week, but I do plan on doing the podcast this week. So that will be on the agenda. But yes. So if I don't get to it today, I might do it for next week, or not next week, but I meant tomorrow. If I don't get it today, Monday, I will do it on the 16th. So, um, that is where that is at. So, but yes, so that is where that is at. And then also with podcasts, I am bringing back a a free question. So if you would like to have a question answered and you have not purchased a reading from me before and you want to test it out before buying a reading and then seeing what it is like to get a reading with me and things like that, then it is absolutely incredible to be able to do and everything like that. So um, I also, instead of emailing me now, I have created a form so that way you just fill it out. I will see the response, and then only your initials and the question will be read in the podcast, unless you prefer um, the full name. You don't have to have that in as well. So you just fill out the basic form, and the link will be in the bio of this video, and then bada bing, bada boom as well. And why not take advantage? It's free. So I always like free. Free is my favorite word. So anytime there is a free option, you bet your dollar bottom I will be lining up for that free option. So, but hopefully everybody is doing well. So what we will do is go moving into the messages of the week and stuff like that now. After me babbling on, I just like to talk. So that is what is happening here and things of that nature. So the cards that we're going to be using for today for this week is the Psychic Tarot for the Heart by John Holland, a deck I highly recommend. Maybe not so much for the beginners out there. Beginners, it'll be a little bit more advanced for beginners that are going to do readings. Um, I would suggest a different deck for that. This is just a little bit more advanced when you're have been doing it for a little bit of time. So, as you will be able to see. So, but at this time, I ask that you have your feet firmly planted on the ground, have your heart wide open to be able to receive the angel messages that you are about to receive. Light a light candle to surround yourself in God's white light, and for inviting the angels into your presence. So at this time, I'm just going to put the mic down while I shuffle, and then I will go ahead and pull some cards, and I will tune into the energies as well, and then give messages and get into the cards. Alrighty, so what does everybody need to know for the week of September 15th, 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 the week of September. Oh, okay. Interesting cards to have at the beginning of the week. Okay. Okay, I was not expecting this, but you know, I can't plan these things. It's up to the spirit to be able to provide the messages. Okay. All right. So let me go ahead and tune into the energies, and then we'll go from there. So in this moment, you can take a deep breath, breathe in, breathe out, then call upon your angels for the messages that you need to hear at this time. Alrighty. So right away when I am tuning in to the energies that are around everybody, is that I definitely do feel that collectively, I feel like there is a lot of uncertainty. Um, and I feel like it's just been where there's a lot of heaviness in the air where people have been having a lot of doubt and a lot of insecurities. Recently, I feel like it's kind of been flooding that fear zone and making us feel like all over the place a little bit. It's making us feel more scattered in our energy, um, for what has been going on and everything like that. And I feel like it is where I do feel that it is just kind of like I'm trying to find the right words to describe it, but it's more along the lines it's like this uncertainty and it's like a balancing act of where we don't know which way we are going to be going kind of thing and stuff like that. So it's just adding to that uncertainty factor basically and stuff like that. So it's just where we don't know what's going on. We have no idea of what is happening and things like that. Just gonna. I feel like there is more to the story here. The angels are really saying that it is all about really having that test of faith, kind of like having us really rely on our faith again and having us have faith within ourselves and the universe, God, source, creator as well. So it's kind of us turning back to our roots, turning back to source, so to speak, for this week and things like that. So, um, just got a weird message on my phone. I don't know what that was. So I do apologize if you couldn't see me there for a minute. Hopefully you were able to see me. But yeah, so it's just basically a lot of uncertainty of this week. And I definitely feel like it has been weighing on us a lot, as I do feel like collectively, from what I've been hearing from other people and including myself as well, I feel like we've all been going through the rough waters and everything like that. So the angels are really saying that things will get better. It's just going to take time for things to balance out. And I do feel like there is just a lot going on energetically. And the angels are saying that we will be able to keep our head above the water. So they will guide us, they will protect us through the times of uncertainty. And I'm also hearing that things will become more clear as well soon. So I keep hearing that there is a reason. So there is a reason for things that they are right now. And they are saying as well for not for me, but to everybody is that it's just more of a learning lesson and soul growth. Even in times of uncertainty, it's where we are challenged and we come to this earth to be challenged and to learn and to grow. And that is where they are really, really pointing me in that direction of soul growth. So I feel like of all this chaos that is happening, especially with things that are there and with things that are going on in the world. It is just where they are saying to have faith in the bigger picture. So that is kind of like where that is. And that was like, I don't know how I was describing that because that was definitely like, I could definitely tell that was more of not my words. So, but yeah, I can tell when it's more of a deeper channeled message. So, and I have no idea where I was going with that, as well. They were just really coming in, and things of that nature. So, but yes, so that is really where that is at, and everything of that nature. So, and with that being said, this whole week is devoted to love and romance. So, I feel like this is going to be a heavy week in regard to the love and romance section, as I do feel like there are learning lessons as well, especially in the twin flame and soulmate connections, especially deeper soulmate connections and regular connections in general. So it's just basically where it is. Um, Sorry, guys, if you hear my A friend in the background or Alexa. It is where they are going off. It's just a regular reminder that I have for motivation for myself. So, but anyway, we will get into the cards now. So, overall, the first card here that we have is the Sword card, which is also my um, significant card that is in relation to twin flame and soulmates. So, what they are really showing me is that obviously it is where it can go either way, and everything like that. But it is also reminding me of very much Archangel Michael as well with his sword. So it's where Archangel Michael is protecting us throughout this week as well. So it is where he is coming in and helping us. And he's helping us take things out that are no longer serving us as well. So that is really coming in as well, in regard to the messages that are coming through as well. So it also kind of reminds me. It also kind of reminds me of the where what where you see in the movies. Sometimes I forget what story this is from, but where they are pulling that sword out of the rock kind of thing. They're just kind of bringing me back to this analogy. It's where they are pulling it out of the rock, and it's where some people are having that hard time, and then the right person comes along and does it, but it is where that person that has it is where they have that courage, um, and it's almost like a selflessness. So helping us go back to that selflessness and um, having that compassion is really what the word is. So um, I'm gonna have to look up that story, um, and things of that nature, because I don't even know why they are putting me to that story. Sometimes spirit does amaze me because I thought it would go in one direction, but I'm just like, what? A story um, of pulling sword out of rock. Big significance. Ah, okay, so Arthur, having pulled the sword from the stone, who crowned the king, this myth is one of the central tales of Arthurian legends. King Arthur and his knights and the Round Table became solidified in British mythology, representing ideals of chivalry and knighthood. And as a powerful sword bestowed upon Arthur, it signifies his legitimacy as king and his duty to govern with justice and honor. And also, the act of Arthur pulling his Excalibur from the stone symbolizes not only his destiny, but also his readiness to lead and unite Britain against conflict. So, showing us that we have the readiness to lead and to be able to grow as well. So, that is there. But along with that is the Just Breathe card. And this is just a reminder that things will be okay even in uncertainty. That is definitely where that is at. So that is there. So the next card here is that we have is love, which is my symbol for twin flame and soulmate, and also where it is just allowing love into our lives as well, even in the uncertainty of times as well. But take it as you leave it for this week with the messages, and even if it doesn't make sense right now, you can always come back to it and it may make sense after the fact. I'm thinking this will make sense after the fact for me as well, and everything of that nature. But yes, so that is where that is at. So definitely we're going to have significant involvement with twin flame messages. So I do feel like we'll be getting some downloads for this week as well. Having that trust and faith and knowing that is part of your destiny and things of that nature. And also giving and receiving. This is all about balance, having that more of that balance or having more groundedness within your life at this time and things like that. So um, instead of always giving, make sure to take time to breathe, and having time for that self care and self love is very much important. I'm also, they showed me like a flash of pink that is around everybody when I was saying that. So that is just my symbol for that self care and that self love. And then the next card here is that we have is release. So release anything that no longer serves us. So this could be lessons that we are trying to release in regard to the twin flame soulmate journeys. Um, and releasing old patterns, old karmic wounds, and things of that nature. So it can be anything that is needing to release, whether in the connection or in whatever situation that you're currently going through, because this doesn't have to mean just love. Even if it is significant portion of love, it is where um, it is that way. So the next card here that we have is manifest. So manifest what we want into our lives. So this is just a reminder that we are always manifesting every single day. We gotta think. We got to remember to think positively within our thoughts and not get into those negative thought patterns. So catching us when we are having those moments and learning why we are having those moments. And that's kind of where that theme of shadow work will be coming in, and also where the release is coming from as well with that shadow work. And then releasing that will help to manifest new things as well. So the overall here is that we have is rebuild. So with the connection, it is where the connection will continue to build slowly. Things will be rebuilding, especially if you have been in distance or separation from a twin flame soulmate. Things will rebuild, but it will be a slow build. And I'm also hearing that things will be rebuilding after the storm. So that's what I was hearing earlier, and I wanted to say that as well with rebuilding after the storm. So, and the next card here is that we have is rest and reconsider, which is just allowing us to take a moment, take a pause, time for reflection of where we are at, before going toward the next step, basically. So that is there. So interesting times, my friends. I will say that it is um, one of those interesting weeks. We shall see what comes up for everybody. So this is the Soul Journey Lesson Cards by James Van Prague. And let me again put my mic down while I shuffle, and I'll pick it back up when I am finished shuffling. Alrighty, so what does everybody need to know for the week of September 15th through the 21st? September 15th through the 21st. Oh, okay. Interesting, okay. So, I'm not surprised by some of these cards, but the first card here is that we have is fear. I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. So, releasing any fear or insecurities that we may have within ourselves, that we may need to work through in regard to whatever the situation that we're currently going through, whether it be a twin flame soulmate connection or just a soulmate connection in general. Doesn't have to be love. It can be friendship. It can be family related as well. So it doesn't have to be love for soulmates as well. We can also have deep connections with our friends that are in our inner circle, and also um, family, because we've all been with each other all the time before, in past lives, etc., etc., etc. So that is there. The next card here is that we have is guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul growth. So releasing any form of guilt, self doubt, any negative thought patterns that are in our lives, releasing what we feel that we did wrong, basically, and allowing ourselves to have compassion on ourselves and forgiveness as well for this week. So, and then of course, obviously, we have growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness, which is all about growth, soul growth, why we are here on this earth. So, yeah. So, that is where that is at. So, I'm being told to, I wasn't going to, but I'm being told to draw a card from Archangel Michael. So, just as a significant factor for this week. And then I'll do the last card after that. So, which is Archangel Michael as well. Okay. So, what does everybody need to know at this time? Okay. All right. So the card that we have is explore your options. And it's Dear God, thank you for your wisdom and love, helping me see, understand, and assess all my alternative options. Please guide me in the best direction for my health, happiness, and life purpose. So it's just kind of in that exploratory phase of what is the best for you at this time. So, um, and when it comes to love, it doesn't necessarily mean where we are leaving our twin flame soulmate. Um, no, it's just where it's important to also to not forget about us in the process. So it's a journey in regard to love. Love is a journey and everything of that nature. So, but yes, so that is there. And then I'll draw one more. Wow. Okay. Use your imagination and you'll see the answer. Dear God, thank you for granting me the wisdom and creativity to see your miracles in new and unexpected ways. I gratefully and gracefully accept and appreciate your help. And then you just describe the situation. So that is absolutely fantastic. All right. Honey Bear, I'm going to make an appearance, honey. I was hoping that he would, but he is not. Anyway, so we have Soul Growth, and that is the famous card deck that I always love, as you guys know. And here we go. What does everybody need to know for this week? What does everybody need to know? Wow. Okay. I am not surprised by this, but how can I deepen my trust right now? Wow. Trust, surrender, let go of the wheel. You can trust yourself, trust fully in yourself so that you can deepen your trust in others. Trust creates safety, and when we feel safe, we feel unstoppable. Today's soul action, let go and trust. Today, find your center in the chaos and be certain within yourself so that you can deepen your trust in others. Wow. So pretty incredible, if I do say so myself. But that brings us to the end of the messages. And if you like this channel, I ask that you hit the subscribe button and the like button as well, with all the little bell for all the notifications of when I go live. And of course, whenever I post a new video as well. And also, as well is where, if you have not checked out the podcast, definitely check that out. Advice by Alex. You can find it on all the platforms as well. I will be doing another episode. Things have been a little chaotic on my end here. First, I was sick for a while, and then just a lot going on, and everything like that. But if I don't do it tonight, I will definitely do it by tomorrow as well. So that is the ultimate goal, and everything like that. So, and that is where that is at. So, but otherwise, that is where that is at, and everything like that. So, and of course, if you have not, if you would like a reading as well, you can always look at my Etsy shop as well. I have updated my readings as well there. So if you would like that, you can also do that as well. And that will be in the description as well. But until next time, everybody, I am sending you so much love, angel blessings, and I will talk with everybody later. Bye, everybody.